Well, we're disappointed, obviously, today. A lot of preparation into today. Big day for our seniors, for the guys here that have done so much with our program. Credit to Syracuse, to Eric Dungy. I thought he was incredible today. He's a heck of a football player, and he stepped up and had just a phenomenal day making plays when there weren't even any plays to be made. And more power and more credit to him. He's a heck of a football player. We had too many penalties, too many issues. You know, we went down the field in the first drive. We had a great kickoff return, brought it down, went to kick a field goal from the 15, and missed the field goal again. Okay, we were able to then, go down and score, which was a nice drive, and we had some good things going on. And then we turned around and let up some big plays. They scored, and then on the kickoff return, Mike, who did a great job all day long, was going for second and third effort, and the thing got knocked out on him, and it led to two quick scores within minutes, seconds, whatever that was. So that made it difficult. And then, of course, we lost Wyatt Ray, and then, of course, we lost Zach Allen, and then, of course, we lost A.J. Dillon. So I'd say those are three pretty powerful players. I thought our kids battled, but we went on. We got it back in the third quarter to a 28-21 game. I felt good about where the momentum at that particular point was. I felt like we had good energy and good momentum. And then we had a series of a couple of issues on defense, and that thing popped back again. Was hard to get it back again at that point. I think our guys played hard. I thought we played sloppy. We made too many mistakes. We're going to have to get that fixed. And proud of what these seniors have accomplished. They're going to go to their for the fifth time in 6 years, they're going to go to a bowl game, or go to a good bowl game. We'll have a chance to have some time to get some rest here. I'm just hoping that maybe since the fourth game of the season, we haven't seen our tailback be able to be healthy. And since then, when I think about Eric Dungy and what he was able to do today, what a great player he is, I feel bad that one of our best players and one of the best players in the country hasn't been able to do that since Game 4. And to no fault of his own, he's worked and tried so hard and to overcome this injury. And maybe with more extended time now, we can get that behind him. I'm hopeful that that could be the case as we get into bowl season. I thought Anthony Brown at times played very, very well, and that was good to see. Got to look at the film on that, but those are two really good young players that I think that will be able to do some really good things for us moving forward. I also thought we got a window into the defensive line. A bunch of young guys obviously played the bulk of the second half of that football game, and we got a chance to watch them play, and that was a good thing. In a tough situation day, that was a good thing to be able to see them play. So, I think as our kids know, we got a chance to go get our 8th win in a bowl game. To continue to develop. We have a fine, really good football team that's going to be here for this bowl game and coming back next year at the most critical positions where you need to have those kind of talented players, and we have them. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to watching guys like Hunter Long have bowl prep, who I think is going to be an exceptional player here. Taking care of our seniors, really bringing along our young players and seeing if we can get our best players healthy and back into the mix here to bring us back into being an explosive team, which is the way we started out. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll get him in here tomorrow. We'll get back to work, take a look at the tape, and get on the road recruiting and go about our business, find out where we play in a bowl game, and keep rolling. Any questions?
Just wait for the mic. We'll get it to you, Mike.
You mentioned Wyatt and Zach, Steve. It seemed like you guys were effective early in the second half. Some blitz packages. Did Dungy just do a really good job of adjusting to that?
Just made some plays. I mean, it's like you take the one play where the ball was snapped through the legs, it went down to, like, I don't know, the 1 yard line or something, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's scooping it and throwing it, and instead of a loss down to the 1, it's it's back out to the original line of scrimmage as an incomplete pass. I mean, he just made one play, we got him on the ground, knee down, he just kind of throws it, just kind of lets it go, and it ends up in somebody's hands. I mean, it's just those kind of plays. I mean, that dude is just making plays everywhere. Adjustment, I don't know if there's any adjustments. I think we played some pretty good defense at times in there at that particular time. I think early on we let up a couple of big runs. You know, again, I thought we were in position a couple times too in the back end. We had a blown coverage early. That was that cheap shot there. That was a blown coverage, and that hurt. You know, because that just turned in. That was just a quick score. And our offsides penalties were just, you know, ridiculous. I mean, those are ridiculous. Those are no talent issues, and those are inexcusable.
Steve, you mentioned AJ's been hobbling the last couple weeks, and then Wyatt and Zach go down today. Considering how the last couple weeks have been, does it seem like it kind of snowballed on just last week into this week, and how the season kind of wrapped up?
I don't know. I wouldn't call it a snowball. I just think that at the end of the day, we lost a heartbreaker. We came off the Clemson game, which was a big deal here. We lost Anthony Brown in the 6th play of that game. Okay, that happened. We put a lot into that. Felt great about going down to Tallahassee, and we went down there highly prepared, and I thought we played really, really hard. And, you know, we gave up what we gave up at the end to lose a heartbreaker. We come back in here at home, and we play a good football team with a senior veteran, 5th-year quarterback who's sensational. I think maybe the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. I've been saying that for a long time. I'm not saying something new right now. And he played at his absolute best. And coupled with that, I think we made some very foolish mistakes. But and in addition to that, you know, to answer your question, I mean, we lost arguably our 3 best players. So AJ has not been able to be anywhere near full speed since the 4th game of the season. That's just the way it is. He's done a valiant effort, but I wouldn't even want to put a % on it. But we're not seeing anywhere near the same explosiveness that we've seen, the speed, the acceleration, the ability to cut. And that's just not going to, obviously it's just not going to go away until, I don't know when. It could be through the bowl prep, or it could be till spring ball. I really don't have the answer to that. But losing the other 2 guys today against that kind of offense and that quarterback, that's probably not what you want to see happen. Just like you didn't want to see your quarterback go down and play 7 against Clemson. But through all that, I thought, with all of that being said, we battled our tail off against Clemson. We went down to a 1-point game against Florida State, and then we take this game. We're back in it in the 3rd quarter, and it's, you know, 28-21 without either one of those defensive ends at that point. So I just think it speaks to the toughness and the character of our kids and our team. I'd call that a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of not good fortune. And as we all know, when you get into this thing deep into it, you need a little of that. You know, you got to have some of that go your way a little bit. You know, you can't lose all your firepower on both sides of the ball like that. Not all of it, but a big chunk of it. Just like they could have ill afforded to lose Dungy, right? Look at the impact he had on that game. So, you know, the good news, here's the good news. Our impact player is coming back, and our quarterback's coming back, and we've got a lot of talented players coming back because we've recruited well and developed well and built the program well. So, you know, tough times don't last, tough people do, and good talent shows through, and not everybody gets hurt all the time. You get your run of staying healthy and not having that hit your program too. That'll happen. We've had a run of that from last season when we lost Anthony in the 8th game of the year for the year, right? So we've had our share. I'm guessing that'll turn.
I know you mentioned that obviously the game was disappointing, but just with the expectations and the idea that this was the year that you guys could take another step, did the way that these past few weeks play out, like, does that feel more disappointing on a macro level than this season?
I mean, we did take another step. I mean, we came in here and we're, you know, a week ago Saturday, we're the number 19th team in the country. We had game day here. Why did we have game day here? Because we were like at that point, playing for the conference championship just 2 weeks ago. So we took a big number step. We sold this place out, first sellout in years. A lot of good things have happened. I think, are we disappointed in the last 2 games? For sure, no doubt about it. You know, and we've just kind of gone through the details of what led to that here right now. And, you know, would we like to have overcome all those injuries and things that we had and still taking this? Yeah, you're darn straight we would have liked to. But, you know, we're playing a high caliber team today, and it's hard to do that when you're in that situation. So we did take another step, and we still have a chance to win our 8th game of the year, okay, in our bowl game. And I'm going to say it one more time. Those guys are all coming back. We're not losing our 5th-year quarterback right now. We're not losing the best player on our football team. So we're built right now to keep grinding for that finish line to be able to compete for a conference championship. To do that, we still need to have, in this conference we're in, on the side that we're in, we're going to have to stay healthy to do that, though. And towards the end here, physically, it appears to me that we fell a little bit apart over the last few weeks in critical situations. We've lost some absolutely critical key players. Does that mean that we don't need to go off? That has nothing to do with going off sides 4 times. But, we need to have that firepower to make the plays necessary to overcome some of the teams and the star quality player that we're playing against right now. Simple as that. So I'm disappointed in the last 2 weeks, for sure. Especially last week. But I'm excited to get going and to get in a bowl game and to have an opportunity to get our 8th win there and to keep developing our program, because that's what this is all about. It's all about that. It's all about to continue to stay and grow at a certain level. Okay, that's what we want to do. That's what we're striving to do, and we're in position to do that. We're in great position to do that. We have a 3rd-year quarterback and a 3rd-year Heisman Trophy candidate tailback and a really good offensive line and a great group of tight ends and a promising young group of receivers. And we got to recruit. We got to replace 2 great pass rushers, but we had a chance to watch a couple of young guys do that today and play at a pretty good level. Those are the things I'm focused on right now.
I think
Take 2 more questions, guys.
you touched on it a little bit toward the end there, but on paper you can look at it without really diving too deep and say, oh, 7-win season, 7-win season. Skip 7-win, 7-win season. Without looking at the chances, you can go get 8 wins. But
Right.
like, how do you look at sort of whether that's like sort of a steady pattern, or whether that's for you something that you still kind of work on?
Well, I think you can always grow, and I think you need to grow. So right now we want to go get win number 8. That's our goal, win number 8, and that'd be a great thing. Get win number 8. That's what we're striving for. And we play in a very competitive conference, in a very competitive environment, and there's going to be there's a fine line in there. And we certainly had our crack this year to get 1 or 2 more in there, and we didn't get that done. But that doesn't demean what we've done. We're gonna have 5 players drafted here, at least, maybe more. Okay, and so we have recruited a talented group that's going to be still talented next year, and we got a bunch of wonderful, hardworking, represent the university, great players, and we're going bowling again. It's easy to take that stuff for granted, but those are the facts of the matter. I know I have history and I understand history. So, I know where we've been and where we are and where we're trying to go, okay? But it's been somewhere between 6.5 and 6.6 wins a year since 1980, which is 38 years, okay? We're at 7 and we're trying to go for 8. That's our goal. And we're a whisker away from hitting more than that. And there's no prize for 2nd place, but we're encroaching on that fast in terms of getting those next couple of wins in there that help us take the next step and compete. 2 Saturdays ago, we were competing for the conference championship against one of the best teams, period, in college football, without our starting quarterback after play 6. 2 Saturdays ago. So we've been ranked 3 times in the top 25. We've had game day. I'm telling you, there are a lot of positive things that have happened, and we've got to keep that mindset, and we've got to keep growing and developing that, okay? And, we're striving to compete for a conference championship. That's our goal. We did that 2 weeks ago, and we fell short of it. And now we're striving for what's available as our 8th win. And we're going to go like crazy to get that 8th win. And we're going to keep recruiting and keep developing our program. And we're going to keep building this thing the right way, the first-class way, with the kind of kids that we want to represent this university. So, yeah, I'm proud of them. I'm disappointed. I'm not satisfied. There's more meat on the bone, and we want to get it. And so we got to get to work hard and get ready for 3-4 weeks from now, whenever it is, to go get win number 8.
Steve, you've emphasized the importance of win number 8. Does it help to have like a month or so of preparation to kind of get people on track after closing the regular season on 3 straight losses?
Well, I think the biggest thing it helps is to hopefully get 3-star quality players healthy enough to play in that game, right? Which will absolutely happen, all right? And I think it gives you what amounts to a whole nother spring practice for the development of your younger players that you want to see in key spots next year, specifically at the defensive end position, at the safety positions. We've got some key guys that we want to work with and really get a jump start with. The goal in bowl is not to grind guys like Zach Allen or grind guys like Wyatt Ray or grind guys like Ray Smith. The goal is to make sure Brandon Barlow is taking the next step, you know, and Marcus Valdez and TJ Ram and Jaleel Berry and to get Mike Palmer back playing some safety, you know, and to see Tate Haynes who's really developed at corner, and you know, to continue to see guys like Tyler Vrabel at right tackle and Anthony Palazzolo. And then, of course, Elijah Johnson has been cleared. He's been practicing now for the last 3 weeks. He was started as a true freshman here. He's been out of football now for 2 seasons. But he's been cleared medically for the last few weeks and practicing. What a great opportunity to see one of our very best offensive linemen come right back into the fold, and to let Alec Lindstrom, who we think is going to be a great player, come back in here and take a bunch of snaps at center. And then to continue, I think you'd all like to see the continuation of the development of David Bailey, another really exciting young big back. And then C.J. Lewis and Jelani Galloway and Kobe and those young receivers that we have that we feel really good about right now, and Noah Jordan Williams. That's what this is all about. That's what this stuff is about. That's what's so critical about these bowl games. And that's how you keep yourself rolling and you don't hit these divots, because you don't want your program to go back to the days of being a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 win program, or 6. You know, you're trying to keep where you are and then lift it further up, you know. And that's how you go about this, you know. What you don't want is any disruption along the way, because when it gets disrupted, it can get disrupted for a while. And that's not going to happen because the recruiting is consistent and strong, and we've got really good young players in the pipeline.